Household debt is rising, especially among seniors. According to a new report from the New York Federal Reserve, people in their 60s held just over $2 trillion of debt in the second quarter. That's much more than the $1.5 trillion that they held during the financial crisis. And it's even worse among those 70 years and older. Their debt level is roughly double what it was a decade ago. What do we make of this? Joining us tonight is Joe Brusuelas. He's chief economist at RSM US. Joe, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I'm both fascinated and horrified by those numbers there. Seniors are supposed to be debt-free. What happened? What's going on here?
The baby boomers didn't get it done during their prime working age years. So they're trying to substitute debt for lack of fixed income revenue and then their own savings rate. And this is going to be a budding problem. You know, when you go to Washington and you go up on the Hill and you talk to people, there is active talk about a U.S. retirement crisis. I think what you're seeing in the internals of those debt dynamics is exactly that.
So they're borrowing to make ends meet or borrowing to get through, but they're doing it in a low interest rate environment, almost a record low environment, so they're not making anything on what they actually have saved.
Well, that's right. So if you're a saver in this new economy, right, where we're going to have very low interest rates for a very long period of time, and we may actually indeed have negative interest rates over the next several years, you're not going to get good returns as savers. So I'm not surprised that the boomers have turned to the credit markets in order to make ends meet or as a substitute for what they didn't do during their prime years.
What will Congress do about this, if anything?
Well, you know, it's funny. I think that this is one of the sleeper issues of the upcoming campaign. My sense is that the Democratic Party will get way out in front of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Trump gets aggressive on this too, and they try to put together a package to alleviate some of these issues. Now, what's interesting, Bill, as you guys well know, half the population's under 38. I wonder how they're going to look at that given their elevated levels of student debt. This is going to be a very combustible issue, I think, going forward.
All right, Joe, good to see you. Thanks for the information. And keep the debt levels down.
You got it, because it's not going away.
Yeah. Joe Brusuelas from RSM US. Thanks again.